Welcome. We are here to play Immemorial, a Trophy Gold incursion written by Ben and Matt Bond. So we're going to go and experiment with this because this is something that I've never run before, and it should be very, very interesting. Theme is memory. So just going to go ahead and do a little bit of player introduction. If you're not familiar with me already, I'm Mads, they, them pronouns. I play and run a lot of Trophy, Dark, and Gold. I'm a little bit more familiar with Dark, and I just want to start working on through some more third-party incursions, as well as some core stuff. So I'm excited to see how this goes. So I'm going to popcorn this over to Kay.
Hi, I'm Kay. I use the she and they pronouns. And as always, if Mads says a trophy thing, I'm like, yeah, I should probably try this. This sounds cool. Especially with themes like memory loss and fun Academy Islands. Uh, should I start character introduction?
Not yet. Let's
Oh, yeah.
just do a
Okay.
player introduction first.
Yeah,
So,
me. All right. So popcorn to Alex.
Hey all, I'm Alex. I occasionally am able to use words. My pronouns are he, him. I played a lot of Trophy with Mads and just in general, and I'm excited because I've never played this incursion before. Yeah, it seems like a really cool one. So hopefully we tell a good story, and if we die horrible deaths, it's in a fun way. So there it
yeah,
goes.
exactly. And like this will be an experiment for me too, again, because
Yeah.
it's like I've never run this before, so I'm kind of excited. All right. So, as usual, I usually do a round of cats, concept, aim, tone, and subject matter, as well as go into safety. So again, with Trophy Gold is specifically a game about desperate treasure hunters entering a forest or other haunted space that doesn't want them there. That's the concept. Aim is that you are treasure hunters motivated by a near impossible goal to seek out riches in the forgotten places of the world. You are not heroes, but entitled pillagers there to secure your wants and needs. Your desperate state encourages you to take dangerous risks, and you will often put yourself in harm's way to try and better your circumstances. For this particular incursion, you've been hired to deliver a package to the Eymras Academy on the island of Tindalos. If the package arrives unharmed, there's a generous payment from the signed promissory note once honored. Easy enough. Couldn't you use easy gold for a change? Once on the island, though, leaving may not be so easy. Tone. The tone of Trophy Gold is risky and driven. You may encounter conflict or tension between treasure hunters, but more often you will be facing dangers from monsters or the environment itself. Subject matter. This game will be R-rated. Your treasure hunters are willing to make dangerous choices. The game will likely be violent, terrifying, and include scenes of bodily horror and loss of self-control. And content warnings for this specific incursion are memory loss, large-scale death, and disaster. Gameplay, of course, is highly collaborative and improvisational. So everybody as players have a lot of say over the world itself and can introduce story elements that no one, not even the GM, was expecting. Play moves between the fiction and the metagame frequently. The game runs best when everyone feels comfortable sharing their ideas. Okay? It uses six-sided dice of two colors, light and dark, to determine the outcome of risky actions. And so because of the subject matter being what it is, we also want to make sure that everybody is aware of like the safety tools that we have on board. So of course, like the X card. So if something is totally way off or objectionable in an unfun way, you could just do X card, like, say it out loud or make an X with your arms in the video or X in the chat. We'll stop play, find out what needs to be taken out. Specifically like what is being X carded, and then we will continue play from there. We will never ask why that thing needs to be X carded. There's also the script change. So again, you want to pause if we're like, veering into something that may be a little bit uncomfortable that we need to discuss. Like we can even take it offline at the pause, and then we will only resume when everybody feels that, we're ready to go. And then fast forwards, like, so if there's stuff that we just don't feel like we need to role play fully out or we want to do a time jump, you can totally call a fast forward on it. And then a rewind is in the case of you made a decision, you play it out a little bit, and then you're like, ooh, ooh, I don't think that that led to a really good place. It's perfectly fine to just call a rewind and say, can we go back to that particular moment at that decision and can we try a different route? Totally fine. And then we also have lines and veils. So with lines are things that we will not include in the game whatsoever. Veils are things that could be mentioned, could be referred to, but we're going to fade to black, not role play them out fully. Okay. There's also an ask first column. So again, if there's a touchy topic that we just need to be very careful with, like you can just come into the metagame and then say, I'm going to mention this. So would this be okay? That's perfectly fine. And of course, interests, things that will be inherent to the incursion or to trophy itself, which is always body horror, is always possible in trophy. PC betrayal, that's always something that comes up. And then, of course, the memory issues and the large scale death and disaster are inherent to this incursion. Some people have marked off some other stuff that could be in here. So, whatever people have marked off as interests, it's like some things that maybe they want to see in this particular playthrough. Okay, so we have those safety tools on tap. All right. If there's any questions about any of that stuff, like cats or the safety, yes, no. Okay. So with that, let's go ahead and be introduced to our characters. The players have set up some characters ahead of time, and so we're just going to be introduced to them. Going in order of the character keeper. Let's see. Alex, please introduce us to Benah, please.
Hi. I will be playing Benah. His pronouns are he, him. Also known allegedly as Benah the Blade, Benah the Brown Tooth, Benah the Bloody, and a bunch of other aliases. His occupation is a smuggler, and the background as a grounded sailor. The very unkind might refer to him as a pirate, but he prefers a procurer of hard to locate items. He may have been accused of sailing with the infamous Corsair Princess Brass Maw, but you cannot prove that. His drive is to buy his brother's freedom from Barcel prison. So what I think happened is Benna faked his death to get away from the authorities in Ambrette. And he had a bunch of this plan, like, oh, I'll go on this expedition to this island of Tindalos and, lay low for a little bit, and then no one will look for me. He didn't think about his twin brother, Macero, though. So Macero ended up getting nabbed and thrown in prison, and now he feels kind of bad about it. And he has to pay this outrageous sum because Macero's been accused of like all of Benna's many alleged crimes. So that's his deal. His skills are dexterity, spontaneity, stealth, and ropes. He has rituals. Algae appear as deceased. I think that's how he faked his death. But he can also appear as a corpse if needed. And then darkness, a living shadow snuffs out nearby light. I think he literally has like a smoke bomb effect that he can do to run away or hide. His equipment is a grappling hook, rope, and spyglass. So he's again very allegedly piratey. And he has some studded gauntlets, a jagged sawtooth blade for close combat, and a set of throwing knives, because you can never have too many knives. And
Sounds
that's
like that kind
everything,
of.
I think.
Do you say like one of his names is the Brown Blade or something like that? Is that what
The brown tooth, because I think one of his teeth is kind of nasty.
Got it. Okay. Alrighty. Kay, please introduce us to Vero.
Yeah, I'll be playing Vero, he, him pronouns. He is our vessel, the Lord Innocent, with a drive to restore the Temple of Tanalot, which I'm imagining is some kind of sorry for the D&D reference, but well, I guess it expands past like Bahamut sort of, good
Hmm.
guys vibes temples. Does the good stuff, was probably raised, cloistered sort of semi within there as a child, and now is a young adult and is trying to do right by the place that raised him. His skills are attraction, rituals, surrender, and temptation. His rituals are feral, which allows one to increase the size, temperature, and monstrosity of a creature you touch. and numb, which reduces sensation within a creature. Some things he's got on him are a sewing kit, an hourglass that has 10-minute interval markers, a scroll tube with a mysterious scroll, and then he wears upon him an amulet of protection of Tanalot, and has a small but vicious dog.
The small but vicious dog have a name.
Yeah, I was just being like, I need a name for this dog. Um,
Are we thinking like a terrier or like a, you know, do you know what type of dog? Is it just a mutt?
I think it's definitely a mutt,
Hmm.
and I think its name is gonna be Lot.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Nice.
Vero and Lot. Yeah, and he's sort of undertaken this journey because he wants to get funds for the temple so that they can restore the place. Generally, like a young, unknowing kind of guy, fresh. And this seemed like what a good way to
Yeah.
start your adventuring off by a simple task.
Wait, wait,
Some people
wait,
might
wait.
say a rube or a mark or whatever, but yeah, that
And
would be unkind.
and 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 he's with Benah. Oh boy. Okay,
Yeah.
this should be fun. Okay. All right, great.
It's my
It's
first
probably
adventure.
it's very much like Treasure Island vibes so far. You
Mm.
know, Long
Yeah.
John Silver and
Oh noes.
the little kid, what's his name?
I know who you're talking about. I just can't
Yeah.
think of it like off the top of my head. Oh my gosh. Amazing. So, let me like blow this up because
Jim Hawkins.
there we go. Too damn funny. Oh my gosh. Fresh faced along with the smuggler.
Hmm.
Awesome.
I look forward to your wisdom, Benna.
Yeah, I keep telling you, like, oh, dogs are a good luck charm on the sea. You know, it's a good omen for our expedition. You'll do fine, kid.
Question. Does Lot like Benna?
Ooh. Alex, how do we feel about this? Do you have any choices about that or desires?
Probably not, but I'm trying to get him to grow on me. You know,
Yes, yeah, no.
I keep offering him like jerky and stuff. He's
Snacks.
like, "Arr," you know.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Lot
Yeah.
doesn't like you. And I don't understand why. He likes so many people.
Yeah.
He's not usually like this. I'm so sorry. This is definitely a failing on my part, not this trustworthy dog.
He probably just ran into Misero, my twin brother, and you know, like he leaves a bad impression on people. I don't take it personally.
Oh my gosh. Amazing.
This dog has you fucking clocked.
Yeah, right. Got my number.
This dog
Exactly.
has your number.
Yeah.
All right. So again, every trophy incursion has a theme, and again, this theme is on memory, and it plays into every facet of this incursion. So kind of keep that in mind when you are going through these different places and sets. Um, so again, Trophy Gold works a bit differently from Trophy Dark in that there's no ring structure here. It's more of a like you go through different sets, different places for the most part, and usually there's a goal to meet to get through each set. Um, this is a little different here, and I think you'll figure out why that is, like, as you go through. So, if I'm a little bit cagey, there's a reason why. All right. But right now, what you're basically trying to get through is knowing that I'm going to read the introduction. The island of Tindalos lies 4 days' journey across the sea from Kaldur, surrounded by sapphire waters hiding treacherous reefs. Known for its idyllic weather, natural beauty, and the city of Kalaros, Tindalos is also home to the Eymras Academy. This ancient institution is dedicated to the arts and sciences of sorcery and ritual, and has a long reach. Even far from Tindalos, academics and ritualists from Eymras hire treasure hunters to pursue their enigmatic goals. A Fort Doran fence hired you for a simple task: deliver a package to the Academy's head antiquarian Paxson. If the package arrives unharmed, Paxson will sign a promissory note that the fence will honor with a generous payment. An easy enough job, and couldn't you use some easy gold for a change? Passage was arranged on the trading ship Mashiko. All you have to do is kick up your feet and relax. Think about how you'll spend your days in Calaros before the ship returns to transport you home. So, going to Tindalos. What happened on the journey to Tindalos to make it unforgettable? And you can interpret that any way you like.
Uh, I think the fishing boat we were on like captured a sea beast, like something big that will fetch it a sum of some kind that like was unexpected. Like it was just meant to be transporting, but it managed to capture this sea beast, which has, perhaps scales or something, it's got a good liver, I don't know, that'll fetch, a decent price. And so it's like, oh, this is a sign of good fortune.
Hmm. Tragically, the sailor Masadi lost his life in the process of capturing this sea beast. What really happened is Benah, Masadi recognized him from his days of piracy, and Benah like accidentally knocked him overboard.
Accidentally. Mm-hmm.
But of course, he's pouring out some rum, and it's like, oh, we'll remember him always for his sacrifice.
Lot knows.
Yeah, for sure. It's just like this growling dog in the background.
Lot
Yeah.
saw you.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, my gosh. Or like smells Masadi on him or something like
Yeah,
that.
like it
Yeah.
smelled like maybe a bit of like maybe when you
Oh, I
pushed
definitely took his boots or something,
Oh, my gosh.
like because
uh,
you don't give away a set of good quality boots, or pass up
yeah.
the opportunity.
Oh, you pirates. You pirates, man. Oh, my gosh. Well, I mean, it was more than a wee beastie that they caught. So I mean, like, yeah, it's something to definitely bring into Tindalos, and I'm sure like some place in Calaros is going to, make good on like this catch, right? Um, you did receive this package from the fence, and you know that you have to bring it to the Eymras Academy, to the head antiquarian Paxson. Did you resist investigating the item you were transporting, or did any of you peek?
If you'll allow me, Alex, some control, I think
Mhm.
Vero has maybe been wearing it to prevent such a temptation.
Mhm. I've
Uh,
probably been teasing you a little, like, oh, I wonder what, could possibly be inside of it, secret information that they don't want us to know. If only someone could take a peek or whatever. But Bennett doesn't really care. He's just like, pulling you, yanking your chain.
and Vero's just like, well, that's none of my
Yeah.
business.
Yeah.
Just has it like probably like strapped under his tunic, his shirt or something,
Mm-hmm.
so that way also they will not lose it.
Yes.
I don't know if Bennett can even read that well. Like even if he opened it, like if he could tell what it said. So it's just money
If
to
you
him.
say that, Vero will try to teach you to read.
Oh man. No, no, I don't think I would be that earnest.
Yeah, that Ernest, yeah.
Yeah.
That's valid.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Like you might see him like sign his name with an X or something, no, for sure.
Gonna teach him his teach him his letters and stuff like that,
Yeah.
like along with reading. Oh no.
And in turn, I probably teach you some knife tricks or, always
Oh,
try
that's
to,
neat.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
neat.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
that would be
It's a
think
cool.
long
Vero,
voyage.
Yeah,
yeah,
4 days. Yeah,
Yeah.
4 days. So
100%. Yeah.
very nice. But I think time will pass very quickly, especially with you two
Yeah.
being like so reciprocal with each other, because
Yeah.
you find that the Mashiko docks at the port a full half day before you're expected. You disembark with the chest, like, you know, uh, it's not that big. It's enough for that Vero has it. The unsigned promissory note, and the promise that the ship would return in 3 days to bring you home, right? Um, As the sun sets, the warm lights and colorful stone buildings of Calaros beckon you. Room and board have been arranged at a local tavern, the Cracked Partridge. When you arrive, you find it comfortable, cool, and well appointed. Tomorrow, you'll need to track down Paxson, but for tonight, you can enjoy a drink and a good night's sleep on solid ground, all on someone else's coin. And as it so happens, your arrival is well timed. Tomorrow, the comet Dioloth returns. It crosses the skies over Tindalos once every decade, a blue scar you've been told will be visible even on the brightest of days, bringing good fortune and celebrations once night falls. So, how do you spend your evening before falling asleep in your room in the tavern?
Oh man, this feels like a vacation so far. Like fair winds,
Mm-hmm.
catching a sea beast that we can exaggerate about the struggle and its value to these rubes. Plenty of grog on somebody else's, gold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ben is loving this. He's just eating it all up. He's probably looking around for potential marks that he can get separated from their coin somehow, either directly or indirectly. But otherwise, just getting the general vibe of the place and enjoying some R&R.
I think actually this is maybe the tensest that Vero's been on the whole trip.
Mm,
Um, so he's never really been until this adventure out and about per se. And so things were easy in a sort of it was almost like being on the ship was almost like being cloistered again, right? Because nothing's gonna
mm,
ha like you're in one locale, you're with these guys. Now drink is kind of being imbibed
mm,
in, which is a little bit new to him, and he's with people who are amiable and drinking, which is not the sort of atmosphere. And I think Vero has a bit of suspicion of sorcerers, just having a very
mm,
religious upbringing.
mm,
So while he is okay to take the coin because it is of need, being on an island that essentially feels like it is a home to sorcerers is a little bit brushing against his sort of religious nature.
You really gotta relax, kid. Like your tension is bringing the vibe down in the whole room.
Oh,
Mm,
I'm so sorry. Yeah, you're right. You're right. And he'll like swing back another swig, and you'll see he'll
mm,
sort of pet or tap onto his leg, and Lot will like jump up onto the lap,
mm,
and he'll sort of run a hand through the kind of like wiry white gray fur that's there.
mm.
Uh,
Oh,
Yeah,
what
see,
a
that's the
wonderful
spirit. He's
doggy!
relaxing and
no,
ow. Yeah.
yeah,
I think the barmaids are like, oh, what
Mm,
a wonderful
mm,
doggy!
mm.
Oh,
yes. This is
Careful, he
this.
bites.
No, actually, you're the first person he's ever bitten. Uh,
should we
I'm
worry?
partially.
no, 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 no. He's really very sweet, I promise. Here, and Vera will hold his own hand out, and if the maiden will or the barmaid will let, he'll bring like her hand to like the top of like where Lot's head, where Lot can see, so that they can like pet, and it's like
Hmm.
sort of like the weird wiry soft kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Lot is, if these barmaids, I'm assuming, have no ill intention on
Oh no,
Vero,
Mm,
then I'm
absolutely not.
assuming Lot is kind to them and is like, oh, like doggy, tongue waggle,
mm,
cutie.
Oh yeah, I mean, like like one of them, like that's had like clearing off some plates and stuff like that. Maybe like she kind of sneaks some snacks to Lot, kind of similar
Think
to the stuff that Ben has been trying to sneak to him like
mm.
during the journey. But
Yeah.
Lot's okay with the barmaids giving him stuff. It's just not taking it from
not from
Like giving
Benah.
some
Oh.
side eye and like
Yes.
I'm gonna try to get us a little more gold.
Oh,
Yeah.
what do you mean?
I mean, is anyone gambling around here, like dice poker or like cards or anything? Like, is there anything where I can? I'm looking around for potential people that I can fleece.
So let's see. Let me see if there is.
I don't know if that would be setting up a risk roll or a hunt roll or something.
I mean, it's like
I think he even calls out like, "Who around here wants to lose some money?"
I mean, some people are like just kind of like drinking and stuff like that. And like,
Uh,
some people that have really been imbibing are just kind of like,
mhm.
hey, yeah. And then they'll probably like kind of like wave you over,
Yeah.
because maybe they're doing some kind of like pickup game or something like that that they don't
Mm,
mind you like,
Oh,
you sitting in on.
mm.
Um,
uh, Lot, make sure he doesn't get into trouble. And Vera will like take Lot off his lap and put him down to have him follow Benna.
Yeah.
And be like, just make sure he's okay. Gambling's like, for some reason, I feel like
Yeah.
Vero has a blind spot to the fact that Benna is a bad dude. And
Yeah,
just like,
exactly.
and just he's like worried that like, oh, gamblers and
Yeah.
debtors, like they could hurt Benna. Like,
Yeah, if anything, that's what's putting me at risk here because I feel like Ben is such a good con artist that
mhm.
he's like, all I have to do is do some sleight of hand. I
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to do some misdirection and
Hmm.
stuff, like to load the dice a little bit. But every single time I start to do something, like there's this growling dog nearby, and people are like, "This guy is shady," you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah, exactly. It's like, it's like, hmm, it's like
Yeah,
never growled at us. I mean, like
yeah,
the barmaids are like, like
mm,
really giving a lot of attention and
mm,
just, like I don't know why he's giving you
mm,
such problems and like kind of giving you the side eye now.
mm.
Oh gosh.
Yeah,
Um,
but can I set up some kind of roll to try to get a
sure.
gold here?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, well, I mean, like, if you want to do like I'll even say like you could do a hunt roll and stuff like that
Okay.
for this.
I think
So,
either dexterity or stealth,
oh God,
like
yes.
being quick with my fingers and
Oh
hiding
hell yeah.
what my intentions.
All right, yeah.
All
But I
right.
mean, like, what is your specific question, or like, what would you like to know about your environment here in
I
the
think
collective?
as we're talking, he does chat a little bit. He's
Hmm.
like, "What's the deal with those that academy? Like stuffed up wizards, probably, right? With all their letters. I don't imagine they come down here, to have fun with rowdy lots of scum like you. I mean, like us. Like, no judgment, So
Oh,
he's like doing a little gossip as he's
yeah, yeah.
gambling.
Let's see what you get. So go ahead and roll with two light, please. Okay.
There's a delay
Yeah,
before, so wait
I'm
and speed
noticing
up.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
I get a token, but encounter something terrible. So I'll
Amazing.
spin the token immediately to get a gold. To just say, I've been gambling. Okay.
Yeah, no problem. Go ahead. I mean, that's perfectly fine. I think, let's see. Token for something terrible.
Oh, six again. I'm just lucky today, lads. I don't know where that's coming from. Probably the good omen on the way over here that you saw the giant beastie outside.
Oh, indeedy, do. We saw that was such an amazing catch, and like, they're discussing it and like, like you're listening to
My
their
friend
talk.
is blessed by Tanalots. I don't know if you've ever heard of them, but they're one of the greatest, most auspicious gods in all of the Calder. Um,
Some of them are just kind of like half drunk, so they're like,
yeah.
"What? Yeah, sure,
Uh,
okay." But like as you watch them like, toast your victory, like getting like some gold and stuff from them and
as,
whatever. And others are kind of like whatever, but like they're not to the point of being really irritable about it or what have you. I think you spot, let me see. You spot a hint of something in the dark corner of the room. It's not completely manifested, but you see it's dark, because like, the only lights here are from the sconces as well as from the fire. But you feel like some of the shadows in the corners, like even as people are talking and all this kind of stuff, you feel like some of the shadows are moving out of time, like out, like not matching anybody else's movements or anything like that, and they look vaguely canid.
Vaguely what?
Canid, like dog like.
Huh.
And then you realize it's like, through the like people smoking or whatever, or like pipe smoke, it's like the shadows are kind of like moving out of the shadows, and it's like blue gray smoke that are dog shaped.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I think at first Benah thinks like his mind's just playing tricks on him, and then the grog is a little strong, and the dog behind him is bothering him so much. But he knows supernatural darkness from his ritual and stuff.
Hmm.
So he's gonna get up and it's like, well, this has been fun, lads, but I need to hit the piss pot. I'll maybe be back in a little bit. And he's gonna make his way over to Vero and idle over and it's like, take a look over there in that corner, lad.
Hmm? And I think Vero will look up and you see he's got like a little book of recitations that he
Hmm.
was like copying the lines from.
Mhm.
And yeah, Vero will turn and look over where Benna has suggested.
Yeah, and then you notice
Mhm.
like after Benna like turns to you, tells you to look, and then you both turn back to look, you can see now more distinctly it's coalescing into a canine form that seems
I've
to
Oh,
seen a
be,
lot of strange things in my time,
yeah,
but that's one of the stranger ones.
yeah. And
but it's
it's
kind of cute. I wonder if it's someone's artistry. What do you think, Lot? And he'll like turn to the pupper.
and it's like the lot is pretty much
Oh,
like he's
that's
kind of like pointing at it and just like just kind of like like just growling at it, and
And
said,
it's just glad it's growling at something else for a change.
we're on the same side. Look.
Uh,
exactly.
Uh, yeah. Oh, so does there seem to be a point where the smoke is coming from?
I mean, like, the windows are open, like the doors are, kind of like half open and such, and like you've seen the pipe smoke and the cigar smoke and whatever like going off like all evening. So, I mean,
So but it's not like connected to a specific person's pipe. It's just like a coalescing of everything that's in the place.
yeah, I mean, like it looks like it's just come out of the shadows. I mean, like, Benna had seen it as like a bobbing shadow that just seemed out of sync with everything else, and then it turned into this smoky smoky dog thing. So
well, normally I would say like mind our own business for things that don't concern us, but if we're going to be sleeping here, it may concern us. Is there any kind of, you know, blessing or
Yes,
do
I was
we
just thinking I could maybe it's a lost soul.
throw
Perhaps it's
some water on it? You know, I don't
no,
know how
but
it works.
just give me a moment.
Yeah.
And Vera will move off of the seat and sort of make his way over to this shadow dog and go to sort of kneel down near it, offering its hand a bit like he would a regular dog, mouth constantly moving as he's murmuring off sort of prayers and intentions of checking and kindness and safety to this creature.
so I want to ask. This is a little bit like now we're getting into an example of combat. So um let's see, referring to the reference sheet. So decide who participates. When you attempt to defeat a monster, you join in your efforts with your fellow treasure hunters. You don't have to, but you just have to decide who participates. So obviously, it's like this is Vero, or you can back down if you don't want to engage. Um, but if you're going to, then you count. Um, would Benna help or do anything like participate in this role or anything like this?
I mean, I'm kind of fond of the lad. You know, I would hate to see him hurt, if only because then I would have to get into close combat with things on the island and maybe having someone in between. Maybe that's how I justify it, but I actually kind of like him. So I would, if it's obviously going to attack you, I would throw something at it at least.
Right, right, right. Okay. So if you're both participating, then you are both participating. Say how you are vulnerable. So each of you say how you expose yourself to injury or attack, and then each of you will roll a light die. Uh, you will roll the combat roll. For
It's
weak
just
point.
kind of cramped
No,
quarters in here. You know,
yeah,
like there's a lot of people jostling around. There's probably sources of open flame and stuff.
yeah.
So, you know, I'm honestly more in danger from the environment from this creature at the moment.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think Vero is not approaching this as a combat, and that in and of itself is a great weak point. He's
Hmm.
trying to connect with this creature in a kind way.
Okay. All right. So then you're basically going to be rolling your weak point. So go to the dice roller and roll weak. The weak.
I rolled the worst possible one.
Okay. That's been one. Okay. So the way this works is you're going to take a dark die for each character involved in the attack who has a weapon they can use in combat. So, I mean, I'm okay if like you're going to say like you're attacking with words or like you're trying to make nice with with this beastie.
Yeah, I imagine it's sort of that, and then there's this sense that like I think if something bad was really gonna happen, Lot will like jump in.
Hmm. Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true. So you can aim your dog against the dog
Yeah,
shaped
he's
shadow.
the
Yeah.
dog is is the violence of his character. It's
Yeah.
its own character.
Exactly. I'm gonna totally forget that because I count Lot now as an NPC, so it's
Yeah.
like
You're
it's
good.
fine. And
You're
then
good.
Benah, I'm sure you're gonna like throw
Yeah,
something.
I
You can throw
just
a knife.
chuck a knife at it.
Great. Okay. So Vero, you're going to roll two dark dice. You're gonna roll a combat roll and then plug in two.
Hmm.
Big delay. Big delay. Okay. All right.
Oh
Yeah, sorry,
no.
there was a bit of a delay.
Yeah. Monsters defeated with endurance of four or less. It is not, but oh my goodness. Yeah, one of the dark die matches your weak point, Vero. So what this means is, oh God, you mark one ruin,
Ooh.
You could
or
technically mark your armor
mhm,
instead, but
but then you use up your
you
armor.
may want to save it because armor can block any amount of ruin
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
during
yeah.
Yeah.
combat. Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, save it and then just like take the ruin raise.
I'll take the ruin. I feel like we see this just like little scratch kind of appear
Hmm.
on Vero's cheek, and he like pulls back a little surprised.
Yeah. All right. So you can re-roll now because it's like obviously it didn't quite work since you got hit. And then you would add another dark die. So basically you'd be rolling three dark die now.
Well, we should probably describe the combat a little
Yes,
bit.
describe like what like how you try to deal with this.
Yeah, I think we see Vero is kneeling down and he's trying these, soft words and sort of kind of offerings and trying to be gentle with this thing and just immediately like this smoke just shifts and it almost looks like it's a dog. We know it's a dog, but it almost looks like a little shooting piston as it like crosses like a little bit of darkness just crosses like runs against Vero's cheek and cuts him
Hmm.
and he will like his other hand will be like his eyes will go wide. He'll be a little shocked to fall back a little bit. He'd bent down, so I think maybe he falls. He had been sort of like kneeling, and he falls back onto his butt. Uh,
Hmm.
and he'll like reach a hand up and be a little surprised as like a little bit of blood shows on the hand there.
And Benham behind him is, I told you dogs bite. Why does no one ever listen to me? He like takes out one of his daggers from his sleeve and
Hmm.
chucks it, and maybe even like scratches through the shadow creature a little bit, but
Hmm.
it's not a direct hit, so it just kind of passes through.
Yeah,
And Bennett like curses, and he's pulling out his jagged blade, and he's gonna like go closer.
great. Okay. So now Vero, you're gonna roll again and you're gonna do three die now under combat.
So I think there's a little bit of delay on this
Oh yeah.
tonight.
Yeah, very much so.
I promise I hit it. Maybe I didn't. Gaslighting dice. I'm trying-
It's like the suspense.
Oh Jesus!
Uh, well, we definitely kill it
Yeah.
unless it's like two
Oh, for
sixes,
sure. No,
but
no,
I
no. No,
also get
you're good.
But
You're
we
good.
also get fucked up.
yeah.
Yeah. So, Vero gets fucked up again. Oh no. Okay.
And you get it too, Benah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think like I'm kind of like just slashing at it. Like
Mhm.
normally I would like be protecting myself and going in slow and cautiously, but I have some affection for this kid, so I'm kind of like slashing at the air as I'm pulling him back,
Mhm.
and I probably get like a shadow gash on my arm. I'm like, ah, no, not my arm because they're protected. It's actually probably on my hand or
Hand
something.
itself.
Right.
Yeah, and I think seeing you get injured is what actually sort of sparks Vero into action for the
Mm,
moment. And we see these, he mumbles out words that the tongue is unknown to
mm,
you, some kind of prayer or something, and suddenly Lot is just leaping over the both of us and just,
mm,
if I may, tears this thing's proverbial throat out.
mm,
And we see like light emanate through kind of the darkness in that sense. Like that is how the smoke
mm,
dissipates as the throat gets ripped and light pierces sort of throughout it as this little doge just goes like,
mm.
"Arr."
Exactly. So, yeah, basically it's like, as you both go into
Mm,
well, Lot goes in and
mm,
then, Benna, you come in and advance upon this thing. I think
mm,
basically what happens is it will, with the two-pronged attack, it's going to like look like it's being wrenched apart, and then
mm,
it will dissolve into back into a blue-gray smoke, which
mm.
swirls into this ball very briefly and then just dissipates, leaving absolutely nothing behind. For this, unfortunately, there is no gold roll because of it being
Rude.
so ethereal.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Gets to
I,
ruin gold.
take this as a lesson. Don't pet the monster. And he's like trying to like pour some
Um,
grog over his hand because it's kind of
right,
still like smoldering.
right. And yeah, Vero. Um, is your hand is it really hurt or is it
I've
is
had
it
worse.
like a cut or is it like just burn or what does it look like?
I don't know, Mads. What do you think?
I think for the
I was picturing some kind of like dry ice burn,
yes,
sort of.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Right, exactly. Because it's like it's not necessarily something that looks like an actual like scratch or bite.
Mm,
It's like it's
mm,
just something that looks like it's affected by something um
mm,
uh you know, like gone through something, yeah. That's
mm.
is
exactly.
if it's hurtful, I could help with that, but your
No, I
choice.
think we just need some rest,
That's
you
probably
know,
a good idea.
and no more shadow beast.
Yes, I thought maybe I could show it the light, but
Mm,
well, maybe your and Lot's method is what is needed
mm,
on a sorceress island. I forget not everywhere is.
mm.
Yes.
I think
Well, don't thank me. Think your little friend here. You know, I told
Yes.
you he was a good luck charm.
No, Lot is everything. He's wonderful. He's
Mm,
my guardian. And pat pat, dog on the head, scritch scritch behind ear.
mm,
And I think, like, as you say that, I think one of the barmaids that was like, really like, fawning over Lot earlier, like, she kind of passes by and then sees that you look like you're injured, and just,
mm.
oh no, goodness, um, you're staying you're staying here tonight, aren't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I can get that fixed up right away. Uh, uh one of our not clerics, but one of our chemists can provide a tonic that will help you with that. You can choose to have it now, or you could choose to wait. Um, and
What's the fence's name that who sent us here?
there was no name given
Don't.
for the guy. I mean, if you want to name him, you totally
What's his
can.
name,
Yeah,
Alex?
let me figure out.
Give a name for the
Yeah.
Fort Durin fence.
All of this, he like takes the tonic and he gulps it down. He's like, make sure to put this note that this is under the tab of Fion.
Sure.
Fion.
Okay,
N.
got it.
I think it's just one N.
Yeah,
I'll check. But yeah, it's like making sure that like he's not getting charged extra for this.
right.
Does
I
that
mean,
reduce one ruin or
but just I mean, like just leave it for now,
hmm,
like and just
Um,
put that in your found equipment,
hmm,
like both of you for right now. Like put in a like tonic bottle reduces one ruin.
okay.
okay.
Yeah,
I think
don't
because
worry about the ruin just yet, and I'll explain why. Like after
Hmm,
you do
okay.
um, get to the morning. But
Yeah.
yeah.
At first, I think Vero seems excited, but it's like her slip up from going from cleric to chemist. Like, I don't know if he would have even thought about it if she just said, oh, a chemist. But the fact that she made such a delineation has him looking a little hesitantly at this bottle. He knows he's not feeling very great, and it's supposed to be something that helps, but just something about the fact that that misstep in speech happened has him feeling a little like a little concerned. And so I don't think he drinks it just yet.
Hmm. Hmm. No, good call. I mean, like, but like honestly, I mean, like, mechanically, it's like, yes, you are both getting a tonic bottle that will reduce one ruin at some point. Okay, but yeah, if you decide that this is a time for rest, after she gives you both the tonic bottles, and she'll give, of course, Lot like an incredible, like, scritching behind the ears and such, and like, say good doggy. Um, She'll probably give him like some treats. She was the one that gave him snacks earlier, so she's fine. And yeah, I mean, just you guys can go to your rooms and try to get some rest. Um,
Having been used to sleeping in like hammocks and
oh,
bunks
this is a
and
real
the
bed.
street, yeah, like it, Benah will definitely take the opportunity to sleep in an actual bed.
Yeah, totally plush, totally like
Mm.
the velvets and the
It's
nice
all
sheets and
stretched
everything like
out.
that.
Yeah.
Smells
Ah.
great.
Yeah.
Smells great here. All this kind of
Mm.
stuff. So I mean, it is just wonderful here.
Mm.
And
This is the life.
I just want to know, like, Pharaoh, like, as you and Lot get settled, are you tempted to look in the
Oh,
package?
absolutely not.
Okay,
Nope,
just making
he
sure.
is kneeling beside the bed, I pray my
Mm.
soul to keep, Lord, like before the bed
Mm.
style.
Got it. And what is Benna thinking about, like, as he drifts off to sleep?
Just for a second, he feels a little guilt because he's thinking about how comfortable he is and how awfully uncomfortable Macero must be right now. That he's
Hmm.
probably sleeping on some hard, if there's even a hard cot, maybe it's like the floor chained up somewhere in Barcel prison, and he just takes out his pouch of coins and he looks at it and he flicks it. He's like, getting one step closer, brother. And then I'll pass out drunk, probably.
Yeah. All right. So I think you guys will go to take your rest. So, and this is a good time to take our first break. So go ahead and let's take 10 minutes. And then when we come back, then we'll go start your first day in Calaros, near Calaros. So,
Mm.
10 minutes. See you
Sure.
then. Okay. So, I think you all are getting some rest, but I think your dreams might be a little interrupted by something that feels like heat and flame for just like briefest of moments, but it seems to last forever. But then you awaken to a shrill cry of a bird heralding morning. Sunlight and the sounds of city life stream into your room through the window.
I chuck a knife at the bird, but because I'm kind of groggy, I miss.
Benah,
Ah,
that's not very kind.
it wasn't very kind to wake me up. But now that we're up, we might as well get a move on.
You
Yes,
will
there's.
you'll notice, Vero, that you don't have that injury.
Oh. Hmm. He'll reach a hand up, smile a little. God, Tenalot's blessing.
Yeah, that's some potion that they have here. Or no, that was definitely your god or whatever.
Hmm.
Anyways,
And
someone's looking out for us.
yeah. He doesn't say anything when you say that, but what he does do is he shows you the fully uncorked bottle. Like he didn't take the potion, he just has it
Hmm.
and just will hold that out and then put it back, but not,
It's a
drag it.
miracle, obviously.
That no, that's a miracle. So such a small thing. No, that I am not worthwhile. So just well, wait, you're pulling my leg. You're pulling my leg. Um, come, let's get to work. We have to go to the academy. Lot. And I'll look. Is Lot there? Is Lot
Oh
okay,
yeah.
Mads?
Yeah, Lot is fine. I mean, like Lot is like was just kind of like lounging, and I have this feeling that like Lot, instead of sleeping like a regular dog, like where they just kind of like rest their head on their paws and stuff like that. I feel like Lot is one of those dogs that just kind of like lolls, it's just
Yeah.
like with the belly open and stuff like that, and just like oh, so But when you get up, I mean, like he'll get up too, and then he'll be like kind of like kind of yipping for some food or some kind of
Oh yeah, I always have rations for him.
mhm, exactly. So usually sets have goals, but in this case, there's like different phases, and I think you'll slowly discover like what how each phase is determined. But your first phase goal is delivering the cargo to Antiquarian Paxson, to Eymras, to the Eymras Academy. Calaros City Center, right? So, when you get dressed and like, you have like, meal or whatever for the morning, like you'll know that Calaros's bustling city center square is where you're at, and it's surrounded by market stalls stretching several blocks in most directions. There's this tall fountain in an abstract shape. It graces the center, and because of the comet, which they were talking about on the boat as well as like in the tavern last night, preparations for the evening's festivities can be seen all around. The morning brings clear skies and a pleasant breeze. The island's wealth is very apparent. The people of Tindalos wear richly dyed clothing, and the buildings are composed of fine stonework and eye-catching hues. Um, so, city center is the Cracked Partridge Tavern. To the east, you can make out the Academy's buildings in the distance. To the west is the port and its attendant smells. And there's a sign pointing to a museum in the south. What do you see? Seeing all of this, like the hustle and bustle, what do you see that demonstrates Calaros's wealth and prosperity?
There are
There's
no
just so
beggars.
many. Well, go
Sorry.
ahead.
There are no beggars.
And yeah, conversely to that, there are so many tourists here for the comet, and Benah is just like rubbing his hands together about all the people to pickpocket. But unfortunately, there's also a lot of guards that have been hired due to the fabulous wealth of the city. So it's like a maybe if I get an opportunity, but not worth winding up in the stocks immediately.
Right now, it's like, you can, again, you're taking in all of the things that are happening. You can see that or you can actually hear, there's an exuberant dye merchant that's nearby, and she's hawking her wares with like song, you know, and you can see a little bit further along, like in like the wider street, there's a carriage that's pushing through the crowd, knocking over several people because
Uh,
there's like so much bustle. There's like so
Vero
many
is
things
so
happening.
quickly there to help people up. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
I mean, if there was the opportunity to like casually have something wind up in my coat, um, he would be on the lookout for that.
Vero actually helping people up, Benna fleecing people while getting
Yeah,
them
no,
up.
I'm like helping people up, and I'm like, yes, that's make sure like you're a little unstable that step there, and but he's actually like reaching into their pocket quickly and patting them down.
Would you like to make a risk roll for that?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So, of course, like risk roll works like it always does. What do you think will go wrong if you, you
I
know?
mean, the guards that I mentioned
Mm-hmm.
seconds ago could
Oh,
be a
yeah.
problem.
Yeah. Risk roll as Benna tries to pickpocket. Tries to pick.
All right, so we should, yeah.
Okay.
What
And
could
then,
go wrong?
yep. So basically, it's like, yeah, the guards and, or the person themselves will, like, will,
I picked the
be
wrong
onto you.
target.
Yeah, you picked the wrong target, and maybe they have their own entourage that
Mhm.
could take you, or something. Um, I think you're going to pick the wrong target in that. Now, you know what? I'll make it a devil's bargain. Never mind.
Okay.
So,
So take a white die if the task is something you're skilled in, either because of your occupation or your background, or you have useful equipment. Yeah, I'm a smuggler. I'm a pirate. I have
yeah.
skills and dexterity.
Yeah. So, first light die. Dark die if this is risky, yes, because it's like, like you could get like caught by somebody. So,
Mm,
risk to body. Yeah.
mm.
Take a light die for accepting a devil's bargain. All right. So, what do we want to offer, Vero, for devil's bargains? Remember, this is something that will happen no matter the result of the roll, and it's always prefaced with no matter what.
No matter what, you're not leaving empty-handed, but the thing you're about to take, it's not good for you.
Mm.
Hmm.
Might wind up with something cursed or something.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I like that. That's intriguing.
Let's see. Devil's bargain. Regardless of whether you pick their pocket or not, I think you're going to find out that the person that you're pickpocketing or whatever, um, is also a smuggler, and
Mm.
will call you out on it. Like probably to the and you'll get wind of like the smugglers market that's around here somewhere. So, um, yeah.
It's kind of interesting that there is a market. Yeah, like maybe I recognize like, hey, like so, there's some tattoos on their arm or something. It's like,
Hmm.
oh, they're in the know, of the trade or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, take
So
that.
whether you succeed or you fail, I mean, like you're gonna find out that you're picking somebody's.
I'm not the only
You're not the
smuggler or
only
pirate
one.
here on this
Yeah.
island.
Yeah. Is that the one you want, or you want the other one?
Okay, so I got five dark. No, no, five light.
Okay. All right. So I mean, it's successful with a complication. Um, you know, you can add a dark die and reroll if you want to try to get it a little bit better. Um, but yeah, the complicate. Well, let's see. Do you want me to mention the complication now, or do you want
Sure,
to?
of
Okay.
course.
Yeah. So, well, tell me how you succeed first, and then like I'll weave in the complication for it.
I mean, it's what I was describing. I see someone who fell over
Hmm.
because of this cart, and then I'm helping them up, but really I'm like, definitely slipping my hand in and slipping something in my pocket.
Yeah. And I think like as you're slipping something in your pocket, I think like they'll you know you see yourself putting your hand in your pocket, like slipping the thing out of their pocket, and then you see their hand going into your pocket, like literally like following your hand in. And when you look up, it's like, you're looking into the face of somebody that's like kind knows kind. So
And
what should
kindness
I
should
do
be.
with you?
Yeah, I'll take that. I'm sorry, what did you say after that?
Uh, no, I thought Mads had finished, and I was gonna have Vera over here, just the kind meets kind, and being like kindness for all.
Yeah, but basically it's like,
Ignore
this.
him. He's not one of us. He's just a kid I'm chaperoning.
I see.
I would have tried to rob you, friend, if I had known that, and he like pulls up his sleeve a little bit and there's like a iron crown, the
Hmm.
symbol of the Iron Maw. I've done some of the trade myself.
Benah.
Well,
No, no harm done, right?
only if you give it back to me.
Well, I assumed that you reached into my pocket, so let's call it even. Like no gold gained or lost here.
Mm, well, if you really want to try and get some hard to find goods, you may want to see if you can get into the smuggler's market.
We
And
we will not need of a place like that. And
Well, you
Vera will
never know. Vero,
stand, kind of stand a bit taller.
you don't want to turn away from new friends. You never know when you might need them in a tight spot. We don't have any friends on this island so far. I don't want to offend this man by spurning his hospitality. That would be, the gods. all love hospitality from what I remember from.
Hospitality and and forethought of one's good, but a smuggler's good place is a place of where men's folly and greediness bring about bad things.
As Vero's like, get like, proselytizing to you. I mean, like basically this guy
I'd
will,
probably roll my eyes a little bit to him.
yeah, like like the guy will like, start to slide back into the crowd and stuff. And but he'll like kind of like you'll hear his whisper on the wind. It's like, well, you have to find it first. So,
Oh, don't worry, I'll stay well clear away from there, lad. Let's make our way to the academy.
Yes, the academy. And you see, like,
Mhm.
he's like, yes, he wants to go to the things, but you'll see, like, his hands, he's kind of worrying them between each other, as he's going, walking along, hand reaching out for Locke quite a bit, and giving him a pat or a touch as they get closer and closer on the way there.
I fully intend to try to find the smuggler's market later, but I have to ditch the narc first, apparently.
Yes, you do.
yes, you
Yes,
do.
you do.
Oh my gosh, amazing. Yeah, so I think like, mm, just for uh like role play sake or whatever, like I think like, you're a condition, as we know, like conditions don't mean anything necessarily mechanically, but I think, your condition is kind knows kind, Benna. So
Love
you
it.
are now aware of, yeah, there's like, others like you here as well. So,
Touches his nose, touches his ears, stuff like that.
right. Exactly. So, okay. So, just remember, like with trophy gold, it's like, as Benna had done before, it's like when you come into an area, you can totally get information about it. You can try to find things. I mean, like, like pretty much like, try to find gold, or something like that's worth gold. Yeah. By doing a hunt roll. Okay. So you just have to be able to have a skill, like a skill that you're to show how you're trying to find out something or trying to find something, and then you would take the other light die for like what is your specific question, like what are you trying to find out, or what are you trying to get, right? So if
So
you
it's
Oh,
like, how can we get into the academy,
hmm
or like what's the vibe around town? You can ask any kind of question. How do
exactly,
I disable this trap or whatever?
yeah,
okay.
exactly, yeah. So it's always like details like that are always found during hunt rolls and such. And there's also the possibility, depending on the hunt roll, of getting gold or token, or finding something terrible in your path. So yeah, um, all sorts of things. So anyway, just keep that in mind when you're going around to the different places.
Yeah. Also, if I'm not being too jump ahead, I think as we're looking for this very magical place of sort of sorceress-based magic, I think Vero is wary of temptation. And so I'd like to do a hunt roll based on the temptation skill.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. So, what is Vero trying to accomplish here?
He is trying to avoid getting too close to anything magically tempting.
Maybe like, how can we stay on the straight and narrow path here? Because we're basically
Exactly.
wandering through Vegas, and there's all the signs for
Yeah,
Yup.
yeah, 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 yeah.
vices.
Oh my gosh,
You
amazing.
know?
Yeah, it's
Exactly.
all
You
like it's all
innocent
there.
little lamb.
Oh my gosh, innocent little lamb. Oh my lord. Um, okay, yeah. So basically, you were gonna do two light, like the hunt roll, basically.
Ugh.
Oh, what the heck?
Child,
My
why?
lord, my lord. Okay,
Born
okay.
to suffer.
So you're like, yeah, no, right? Why is it your rolls? Okay, so you're still like around the city center and the market and stuff like that, and like you're trying to avoid like any kind of temptation. The square is surrounded by the market stalls, which sell a variety of items, foods, dyes, inflated prices, all that kind of stuff. In the middle of the square is a fountain which burbles very happily. Like it's very pleasant around here. Calaros is just this sunshiny place, right? The fountain's abstract shape is a bit disquieting, though, because, again, you're starting to get this weird feeling um as you're looking around and then your eyes fall upon the fountain. And the shape has like some sharp edges, and it feels like as you're looking towards this fountain, which you can't seem to take your eyes off of, coming out of the angles of it, it's almost like something has blurred out of the corner of the angle, and it's looks like a lupine shape, kind of crystalline in nature,
I
and
think
it's focusing on you, Vero.
Vero sees it, and we see him do like this like gesture in front of the chest, almost like that kind of sign of the cross thing, as he's looking at it, and he feels this compulsion, this temptation to go to this creature, uh, and knows he probably should not, but can't help it, almost unintentionally taking a few steps forward, making a sort of keening noise in the back of his throat as if he were to call to a pet dog.
I mean, like Lot's right there, and like not only is Lot trying to be like, "Arr," at this thing, right? But I mean, like he's also like trying to tug at your pant leg, your boot, whatever you're wearing, and like just trying to get you away from it. But I mean, this thing is looks like a stronger version, like a more crystalline version of what
Mhm.
you saw last night. It's leaking blue-gray smoke, and it's
Is there
moving.
any rope around, like any of these merchant stalls or anything?
Um, yeah, I mean, like they got all sorts of goods, so
Yeah.
I'll say yeah, sure.
Yeah, so Benah sees this. He's like, "Ah, heck no, not again." And he's gonna take some rope and like form a knot, and he's like, "Oh, don't worry, I'll give it right back to you." And he's gonna try to like lasso you and pull you back so you don't pet it again.
You get him. You get him. Yeah,
You get
you get him. I don't think. Yeah, and there's the pull from Lot, and you watch this sort of glassiness kind of fall from Barrow's eyes, as it almost seems like he wasn't necessarily fully aware of himself as he was coming towards this feral creature.
I
yeah,
swear, kid, I leave you alone for 5 seconds.
I'm so sorry. I thought I was but maybe um
I mean,
no.
if you want to look at it from a distance, and he like takes out his spyglass and he hands it over to you, just don't touch it.
Yes. No, I should not look upon it. To do so would be ill-inclined for me. Thank
but
you for the offer, though.
you do know that somehow Vero, that tussling with one of these things, like I'm not gonna say better version, but like the more solid version of what you saw last night will net you something. So it is a temptation in itself, because if you do fight it, then there's the possibility of getting something good, you know? So even with the
And
promissory, like, let me just point out something, like,
Mhm.
even getting the promissory note signed and then getting that reward, that's just enough maybe to get your burdens covered.
Hmm.
But if you want to get anything additional, like, to get profit or whatever, then you're going to need to hunt roll your life out and, like, see if you can grab some gold somewhere, or like,
Yeah,
find some treasures or what have you. So, yeah, that's
maybe. Yeah, yeah, yes. I think Vero is saying that, but then
Hmm.
looking to Benna, maybe
Yeah.
the reason it came to me in my thought is, and you were there to then pull me from such a reverie, is we are
Hmm.
meant to expunge such a thing from this place so it cannot tempt others.
Look, I'm not gonna say that getting a little bit of that crystal isn't appealing, but let's just be smart about it, kid. Let,
No,
let
you're
me
correct.
let
Yes.
me chuck some knives at it first to soften it up for you.
Yeah, please do so.
Okay, and I would like to actually try to use the ranged combat move
okay.
thing,
Sure.
Mads.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so let's see. Let me go back into my thing for
Yeah,
the
I have it actually open.
wait. I
Ranged
did too.
weapons such as bows, crossbow
Hmm.
slings, and other throwing weapons can be treated as any other weapon when used as combat. However, they can also be used to
To
reduce a
reduce.
monster's endurance
Hmm.
by putting your ammunition and the use of your weapon at risk.
Yes.
There starts with 3 slots of ammunition. Make a
Yep.
risk roll to reduce endurance as normal, but instead of devil's bargains, add a white die for each unmarked slot of ammunition you're willing to risk.
Yeah.
Okay. So make a risk roll as normal. So, I mean, yeah. What could go wrong, other than me just missing?
That you find well, you find out that your weapon does hit the mark, but it's not effective because of
Okay,
the
that makes
way this
sense.
thing is configured. Yeah. So that that's not the good thing to find out, like, as it's getting
Yeah,
closer.
because I figure I practice a lot, so maybe missing it
Oh,
is not the thing. It's more
no.
like it just goes like clink. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, is it going to be effective against this thing, right? So, I mean, like, that's something to consider.
And I'm definitely dexterous,
Yes.
so
Hmm.
one
Got
from
that?
that.
Yep.
And then I'll just risk one for now
Okay.
because we got a lot of adventuring to do.
Yeah.
I got
Devil's
a 6
okay.
light though,
Okay.
so that reduces 2 endurance or just one, I don't remember. So if you reduce the endurance of a monster, it's easier to defeat, but it also gives you a little less gold
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
afterwards. So that's the
Yeah.
trade-off.
That is the trade-off. Yes, exactly.
But
So,
with two of us, it's much easier for us to die very quickly as well. So
mm-hmm. Well,
This makes
uh,
sense.
yeah, exactly. So
and maybe I
that's
like
the only weird
knock
thing.
off a big chunk of it and it like shatters in the fountain or something. That could have been
Yes.
lucrative, but it also is less effective at killing us. So
Hmm. So I think what you find out though is that when you hit the thing and your weapon does hit, it
mm,
seems to sink in the creature, and then
mhm.
it will, yeah, because I mean, basically, you rolled a three light. It'll sink
Oh
into the
yeah, so
creature
I
and
do
get
lose a
stuck.
mark of okay.
Yeah, you lose one of the knives. So this is how the knife gets lost. It's like it sinks into the creature and it's stuck.
Hmm.
Like you will not be able to get this back, right?
I'm glad I
So
didn't risk 2 or 3. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. I mean, well, I mean, so, but this is definitely down. So I think as this is happening, I think you're going to hear somebody muttering, like, to himself as he kind of passes, but then, like, kind of stops as if he can see what you're seeing.
Hmm.
And he'll say, "Oh, you need something curved for that, just so you know." And then he'll keep going, doing what he's doing. Like, he'll just keep walking.
I'm looking at my jagged sawtooth blade and I'm wondering if it's curved enough.
The only way to find out is to try it. So are you combating this thing, like, like, for real combat is what I'm asking.
Well, we're in it now,
Yeah.
and
Let's
it
go.
it
Okay. So
used up one of my good knives.
sorry.
I have to go all the way back to Ambret to get. I have a special knife guy. Can't just use any knife. They're balanced and perfectly. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's pissed.
Oh no. Okay. So who's joining? Who's participating? I mean, obviously it's Benah, but I mean,
I'm yeah, definitely.
okay. So
Or,
two.
well, I say me. It's Lot.
Well, yeah, but I mean, okay. So how do you each expose yourself to injury or attack? I mean, obviously Benah's going in melee, so that's obviously already exposing yourself to injury or attack. But what about Vero? Like how?
Yeah, I think Vero is having Lot go forward as an attack method instead of a defensive measure, which leaves him sort of vulnerable to this
Sure.
thing's sway.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Now each of you want to roll a weak point. So go ahead and roll weak.
I also think I'm kind of showing off a little bit for the kid in a way that's like not smart. Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, we inversed each other. That's so cute.
Okay. Oh wait.
Two
So
sides,
Vero,
same
Vero, you
coin.
rolled a. Okay. 6-1. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Oh God.
I
Oh
was wrong. We're
God.
not. We're Han Solo and Luke Skywalker. is what's going on right now.
Okay. All right. So take a dark die for each character involved in the attack. So now it's like
Okay,
two dark die for combat,
I will
please.
roll.
Yep.
That is not enough.
Okay.
So I think the
Hmm.
problem for Benah is just like trying to get climb into this fountain and like kind of like, you know, duke it out with it. You know,
Mhm,
he's
mhm.
kind of awkwardly splashing around in the fountain. There's probably some onlookers and stuff like, what is
Yeah.
he doing, Daddy? It's like, just get away. You know, so, you know, it's hard to get, it's probably going around the center of the fountain too in an
Mhm.
annoying way, and he kind of has to waddle after it.
Yeah. I mean, like it's basically you're splashing around, and this thing is just being so deadly and fluid about their
Hmm.
movements, so they can probably like snap at you or do like that strange attack thing again. And then Vero, like lots going in, but then like what do you think? Like how do you think you get injured?
No, we don't get injured because it doesn't hit our weak point. We're
Oh no,
just
that's
not
right. That's right.
effective
That's
at.
right. I apologize. Yep. Okay. So yeah, you try, but I mean, like it's not completely down yet. All right. So now you're gonna add another dark die re-roll with. So three dark die for your combat.
Oof.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
We
Okay.
kill it,
Yes.
but you probably should use your armor unless you want to take two ruin.
Yeah, I think this protection amulet sort of shines forth, and keeps him okay.
Okay.
And like seeing this poor little dog about to be snapped up, you know, Benna actually feels for a second like, well, now it's up growling at me and, you know, ruining my plans. But then he's like, oh, damn, then the kid would never forgive me. So he kind of like lunges at this thing, two-handed over his dagger, and he's just gonna like curve down into it as he
Nice.
falls.
Nice.
And bathed in this golden light or whatever the
Mhm.
light is.
Right.
Yeah, this
Um.
platinum sort of light kind of comes out of both the amulet and then shines through, and it almost looks for a second like Lot is part of the light.
Mhm.
Um, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. And I think. Uh.
He lands in a splash and then he's like face to face with this dog.
Right, right, right. But I think, like, your strike, like you both look because it starts to like kind of do this weird like blue like implosion kind of glow, right? And then when you look again at it, then it just dissolves into a liquid into the fountain, which seems to freeze into a small blue crystal. And your knife is free now. Your knife is
Nice.
in the fountain. However, when you do pick it up, it's visibly aged, like as if it's been through hell for a decade.
It'll just be easier to sell later. So he puts it back in his thing. Can I mark the ammo back or
I'm sorry. The
can I unmark the ammo?
Oh
Or
yes,
do
yes.
I?
Go ahead.
Great.
Go ahead and redo that. Yep.
Now we'll have a story to tell.
Yes. But there is a
Stories
small
are always
blue.
valuable.
The small blue crystal is the Hound's Eye crystal, worth 1 gold to a buyer with sorceress knowledge. And
He's holding it
unfortunately,
up. He's like, I don't really know what I'm looking at, kid. They seem like more you
Um,
can hawk this. So I throw it to Vero.
okay.
yeah, Vero catches it and you see like almost a chill run up his spine as he like holds that crystal in his hand. Uh, and can, like that, yeah, he's not wearing gloves.
Hmm.
And then he like takes a deep breath. Yeah, yes. And one of the fingers from the other hand will come up and sort of run along that crystal for a moment
Hmm.
before he takes another kind of deep breath and will put it away in his pocket.
Yeah. And then like, I think like Lot will see you do that and like will kind of like make a smaller growl, but he'll still growl at like, seeing you do
Hmm.
that. But again, it is worth 1 gold to like somebody that's sorcerously inclined. But there is no gold roll for this.
Hmm.
Not yet. So, You know that again, to the, where is this? Yeah, to the
Does that
east is Eymras, because you can see the academy buildings
Hmm.
further along. So, or you can look around some more.
I'm making the motions like I'm kind of drying myself off from this fountain and standing in the sun a little bit and like, getting a good sense of the surroundings. But I'm actually looking for like thief and smuggler marks on any of the walls. If you could get like a sense of where this smuggler market might be for later.
Okay.
And he maybe like takes out his eyeglass and like shakes some water out of it, but he's really like looking in it,
Yeah.
to
Hunt roll, please, and then
sure.
we'll take that as your equipment for your first light die.
Okay.
And then of course like your question for looking for the smuggler's market is your second. So go ahead.
No,
Two,
two ones.
two
Nada.
ones.
I do not
What?
see anything.
No. Well, at
Thankfully,
least
I don't have any hunt tokens, so
right,
I
right,
don't
right,
lose
right,
anything
right.
either.
Okay. Yeah. So, oh, just as a reminder, Kay, I mean, like from doing like trophy code briefly before, it's like you can hold on to your tokens and trade them at any time for a found treasure, like so found equipment that you can sell for later. However, you don't want to wait too long because if you get a roll like this where you lose all tokens,
eh.
you
Which
know,
is why I tend to trade them in immediately because my
yeah.
luck is terrible.
Yeah, I know. I do the same thing. I do the same thing. I appreciate that. Oh God. You guys are really not having any luck today. Hold on. I'm sorry.
Well, we
Sometimes
did
that's the
okay in that
story, though.
combat. Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Listen, type two fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hmm. I think oh well, actually no, you are looking for the smuggler's market, yeah? Okay.
Hmm.
So, I think you do spot somebody that looks like that guy that you met up with earlier, but as tough. Like like you recognized him as one of the bully boys that the
Hmm.
smugglers would normally have as like, like guarding the warehouses or whatever. So you
Hmm.
recognize him as kind of like looking surreptitious, but not so surreptitious to you.
Hmm.
So you see him over by like, further along like beyond the market stalls. If
I think
you
probably waiting till nightfall, where this guy is not very smart and, might not see me. But I'm like, it's over in that direction. It's good to know.
yeah. But I think you will also see like, behind him and also like because of the way the
Hmm.
terrain is, like maybe you're on a higher level than that particular guy.
Hmm.
Um you'll see that he's in front of like some kind of like alleyway entrance and the
Hmm.
alleys look really confusing. Like you can't tell whether the way the not the hallways, what am I trying to say? Like the way the alleys are working in there, like whether that's
Hmm.
actually the way they look inside that particular formation, that particular maze. So it could be
If
in
that's
there,
how it
you can't
is,
tell. It's really
yeah,
confusing and it's really fucked up. So, yeah,
they don't make it easy to find, which I
no,
guess is the point.
that's just absolutely the point. But yeah, that's what you see.
But in the
Um,
meantime, we have a job to do.
so onward to the Eymras Academy.
Mhm.
Okay.
Unless you want to touch any other fountains.
No, I think straying from the path is never it's not a good idea, and I lost myself in that moment, and I should just do the work I am here to do and then
Hmm.
not dally.
I would imagine that, again, you can see the academy buildings from where you are, and it's an ancient institution, renowned for its study of rituals and eldritch pursuits. So,
Mm.
you want to talk about sorcerers? It's here. It's here. Spread over a hill and surrounded by iron fencing, the academy's students can be seen bustling between the buildings. There's a helpful sign beyond the gate pointing visitors to the various buildings of the academy, including the library. Okay. Um,
Vero looks on edge.
What does your particular treasure hunter think of institutions of higher learning?
Uh, Asterisks, these institutions of higher learning, aka ones that are not church run, uh, are and that are these like arcane sort of eldritch connections to things that are it's uh it's damning. It's not good for one's soul. It is all the bad things that will ruin you.
What does Benna think?
Oh, like it's good that somebody does all the thinking. Brass Maw did a lot of the thinking, and that was good that the captain took charge of that because sometimes thinking too hard makes his head hurt. And he's like, you got to have someone who knows how to make the maps and the ships and point you in the right direction. Uh, but those people tend to get all the getting killed and arrested and stuff. So it's better that it's not you.
Given the opportunity, do you think your treasure hunter would attend a school like this?
Again, I don't even know how to read, so
Yeah.
no. Unless it was part of the con in order to, you know, get something of value. But no, he had never had any time for school
Right.
other than the School of Hard Knocks.
Yeah. What about Vero?
Um, I think there is a timeline where Vero could have ended up in a place like this if he had not been dropped off at the church and perhaps some of his abilities or connectivities were recognized by someone who thought they could be useful here. But
Actually,
thankfully, the church found him instead.
mm, what makes you very aware that magic doesn't behave the same here as it does elsewhere?
This place is never silent. You can always hear the thrum.
Yeah, and it's just a feeling like then it feels it in his tooth. It vibrates in a way that, he's been some strange places. He's sailed to the edge of, the known maps and everything. And all magical places feel a bit different, but this feels like very intense.
Yes, very much so.
Is there a bell we can ring or a servant? Somebody we can announce ourselves here?
Well, you're at the gate, so guarded on either side by two imposing mannequin sentinels. The gate is closed to visitors. Only those with appointments or legitimate business are allowed entrance to the picturesque grounds beyond.
These things always give me the creeps. Brasma had a couple of them on her ship. I probably shouldn't say that out loud. I'm sorry. You're the one who has all the etiquette and the
Yes, I'll just and Vera will reach forward and like grab onto like a brass knocker or something on the door and like thump, thump, thump.
And you are? And what is your business here?
Hello, my name is Vero of the Temple of Tenlot. We are here to deliver a package from I came blanking, but what did we name
Fion.
this guy?
Fion.
Bion.
Fion.
Fion. Yes, Fion. Yeah. From Fion to the Academy and get a signet in return.
Ah. And then like the faceless mannequin looks at their twin and then they'll nod at each other as if they're kind of talking to each other, and then they will say, "We are aware of the errand from Fion." Ah. And then they will open up the door. They will open up the gate. Ah. If you need to find your contact, we believe that he is located in the library itself. And they will point, like, as one, like, to the direction of the library.
Well, that was painless.
Uh, sure.
Lot, don't pee on their leg. They don't like it.
Lot would never.
I
Mm.
mean,
Lot's a good
Lot
boy.
is sniffing them because it's like they don't smell like anything, really.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, what's going on
Yeah,
here?
just trust me. They move faster than you think.
Mm, mm.
Lot, don't get too close. They're not
Mm.
of
He's just
our
kind of like,
world.
yeah.
I think that's why Benah lost one of his teeth because he was trying to like disassemble one and it just like snapped out and punched him in the face really hard. So
Mm,
Nice.
yeah.
Absolutely solid.
Yeah.
yeah.
I can see that happening. Oh my gosh.
Knocked by a statue.
Exactly. Well, the library itself is very large and it houses not just texts, but an archive of ritual objects, some contained behind glass. Mannequin guards ensure proper conduct is obeyed, and librarians will insist on quiet. So, you'll see someone here that is kind of poring over a mountain of texts and muttering to himself. And you'll probably recognize the muttering, Benna, as the person that had passed you earlier
Mm.
in the marketplace. And, he's just kind of looking through these stacks of books now and like writing some stuff as if, he's taking notes, but then like also kind of like countermanding himself, like, oh, I think it's this formula. Yes, no, maybe I think it's this one. Ah, I'll have to go over that again. Oh,
Benah goes over and he grins and he like clamps his hand on his shoulder. It's like, hey, thanks for the tip, friend. It really helped out. And his voice is like way too loud and echoey and stuff.
and then all the librarians like, shh, you know,
All right, then no need to make a fuss or anything.
and
But seriously, a curved blade worked out really well.
ah, yes, yes, it does. Huh? You're new here to the island, aren't you?
Yeah, we're
Uh,
just delivering an important package because we're very important people. Th this is my Beneth. I'm sure you've heard of me. This is my associate Vero. You probably have not heard of him.
uh, hello. It's just it's and Vera will like reach under the sort of tunic and pull out the parcel. We made sure it came to you, but we're not new in town per se. We're just stopping by, quickly delivering and then leaving.
Ah, I think. Well, I'm not the person that needs this. I believe you are looking for who is this? Paxson, the head antiquarian. He is the one that curates all of the ritual objects and such. I believe he's over there, and like he's kind of like keeps looking back at his notes and everything like that. But he kind of like waves absentmindedly over at a fellow that's over by one of the podium desks.
What's his vibe, friend? Is he someone who is he like a stern leader, or is he someone we can approach? You know, is he generous, perhaps?
I mean, uh, if you bring him something that he has been interested in, I guess he's generous, I
Hmm.
suppose. But I, I've never been necessarily one to uh, take advantage of his
Oh, no
services.
one would ever take advantage. That's how absurd. You know,
That's not. We're just delivering a good. I'm. We just wish to pursue our service here and then bid you adieu. We have no inclinations or designs on this place.
Ah,
Hmm.
that's probably best because I mean, again, many of these ritual objects here do not like to be touched. Um, and
Ritual objects, you say? What
yes,
sort of ritual objects? Are they valuable, dangerous? I mean,
well, I mean, depends on the experiment. Depends
hmm.
on And like he'll kind of like just round spectacles, like pushing him back on his face, and
Hmm.
it just depends on what's being worked on at the point. I mean, some of them could be valuable to someone who is skilled in their use, and other things could just be decorative. So,
Yeah, naturally.
naturally, Paxson could probably tell you. He's the one that collects all of these things and again curates them.
Hmm.
So,
Well, we don't want to take up too much of his time. I'm sure my friend can deliver the package, and I could just go on a little tour while I wait.
you could, yes.
Of course, I'll do that then.
So many fascinating things to see.
Yes. Lot, why don't you stay with Benna? And Vero will walk off by himself to this guy, leaving Lot
Mhm.
with Benna.
And I'm gonna go look for things that are easily portable.
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
I'm gonna go towards this probably untrustworthy person alone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, who knows? Um, just behave yourself,
Hmm.
and you won't get in trouble. Hunt roll or whatever, like, you guys want to do here in the library. So,
Yeah, I'll make one. I am like, where is a valuable thing that would not be missed? Because you said some are just decorative, and then some look more valuable. I'm not gonna try to like take a huge thing and just Scooby Doo it out or anything. But if
right, right,
there's a
right.
small object I could purloin, I guess Dell,
Mm,
because I'm gonna
mhm.
stick to the like behind the columns,
Oh, sure.
and also kind of spontaneity that this idea just occurred to me. Roll two dice. Two sixes.
Nice. Okay, you definitely get a token.
And what else do I find, if anything?
Yeah, let's see. What do you get? What do you get? You find that there is. I know you can't read,
Hmm.
but
Are there like
seems.
nice illustrations or something, or
Yeah,
like
yeah. I
gold
think I
filigree?
think you recognize. I think you recognize something that maybe somebody told you about, like
Hmm.
in like smugglers like lore, like not
Hmm.
lore, but I mean like
Hmm.
they've discussed this before.
Hmm.
Like there's a only one copy of this particular poem by Demipia, um, and the single. Yeah, you
To
recognize the name, right?
close enough.
Yeah,
Yoink.
yeah. It's the only copy ever in existence that people know about, and it's like finely illustrated. Da 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 da.
And I'm treating it super carefully, of course. I'm definitely
Sure.
not shoving it into my pack.
Yeah, right. I mean, it can be sold off of the
Yeah.
island, so it's
Okay, great.
worth money.
I'll write
Um,
down poem by Dim something.
yeah, we'll like write down the name. Demipia. There you go. Yeah. So that's what you find.
I'll trade my hunt roll to like just shove some other scrolls and maybe like a small statuette or something in his coat too.
You'll get maybe you find again. You find a valuable book that even though you can't read it, you recognize some of the sigils on it, like that will show it's like there's a ritual in here that like could be very valuable to somebody else of sorcerous intent. Like
Mm-hmm.
maybe it's a ritual that somebody doesn't know, so maybe they're going to want to buy it off of you. So yeah, you could put that as a if you're trading in your token for a thing, then
Yeah.
you can totally put that as a found equipment, a ritual tome worth 1 gold.
Ritual. Okay, cool. It's his favorite kind of treasure because he has no use for it. But meanwhile, what is my
Yeah, what is
erstwhile friend up to?
Vero is going to talk to
Yeah,
Paxson.
Vero is going to go to Paxson and has this item held um aloft, almost kind of as if he's like positioning it so it's between himself and
Mhm.
Paxson to like almost create distance. Pardon my intrusion, sir. Uh, but I've come to deliver a parcel.
Ah, yes, yes. I appreciate you be coming to bring this to me. I oh ah okay. Um. So and then he'll take the package and like kind of look a little bit absent-mindedly at it and such. He'll like look at it and then he'll open it, but I mean you can't see necessarily what's in it. And he will, if you give him the note, he'll sign off
Mhm.
on it.
Yes, of course.
If you have any
Does he have,
question, go ahead.
I was gonna say, does he have like one of those wax seals or something like a stamp or anything?
Yeah, a signet.
Yeah, it's like it's basically like him signing off on it as well as putting like a particular seal to make sure that
Hmm.
like they know it's from him.
Hmm.
So yeah, like once you have that signed on, like you can totally we'll take that back as part of your your fee for doing this whole thing. I mean, like yeah, you delivered the package.
Hmm.
He will answer any questions that you may have about about the island. There is a museum around here, as well as like he may mention like the temple ruins
Hmm.
that are nearby. So if you have any questions, I mean, like you can totally ask.
And the ship's gonna pick us up in 3 days,
Three
right? Something like
days,
that,
yeah.
or
So you have time
maybe
to
2.5 now.
yeah.
So yeah, like we've done our job. We have, and maybe Benah shows up from somewhere just whistling. Toot, 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 remembers he's in the library and stops when he gets
Hmm.
shushed again.
Yeah, he gets
Just
shushed
like,
again.
well, that was easy. Now yeah, we have time to see the sights, do a
Uh,
little excursion.
right. Well, yes, we should be away.
No, I mean, what's the rush? Do you want to wait around at the bar at the docks again for 2 days? I'd say, like,
Oh,
you
I don't
know,
want to interrupt their
oh,
study.
away from here, yes, but I mean, out in the town, obviously there's stuff to do.
Sure, yes. I just maybe not in here.
Hmm.
And there's like a sort of freneticness to the way that Vero is moving as he's
Hmm.
like avoiding uh Peck's like, direction or eyes. He's just like got the job done. Need to
Hmm.
get out of this heretical place.
Oh my God.
Hmm.
Um.
He's strange. Don't hold it against him. He was raised in a temple. They're odd ones,
Oh.
not like me.
I. I don't worry about that at all. I mean, if there's anything that anyone needs to know, I mean, they would come and find us here
Hmm.
at Emrys and ask their questions, even those with more religious bent, as how
Sure,
it
sure,
seems to
sure.
be.
What's this museum you were talking about? People just go and look at stuff?
Oh
Like
yes,
there's stuff on the island to look at?
oh yes, absolutely. Hold on, let me just like
One
pull
of
that
my
up.
Yeah, I knew a guy in Ambrette who used to do that all the time. I didn't see much point in it myself, but he found it interesting, diverting, I guess.
Mm. Well, he's gonna say yes. It's a very wonderful place.
Hmm.
It's affiliated with us here at the Academy, and it houses artifacts of Tindalin history. It
Artifacts, you say?
yes relates to an many of them relates to an
Hmm.
ancient order that once worshipped the god that associated with the comet, Dialorth, that's going to be coming through the sky sometime today or tonight. Yes. So,
Tell me, sorry, th this god, did it have forebears? Was it known for anything? We actually stumbled upon a strange creature in town in two forms. Was that from your academy? Were they created here? One of them dropped this, and he'll hold out the sort of crystal shard, but now he's holding it in like a little sort of cloth piece, so it's not making the direct skin contact.
oh, I'm not too familiar with this. How odd. And like, he's just kind of contemplating it without touching it or getting too close or what have you. But like that fellow that was like, with the round spectacles that was talking with Benah earlier, I think, like you get his attention when you show the shard. And let me
Mhm.
just see if there was something in particular that he will say about it. Give me a second.
You're
Sorry, there's a lot to know about these guys, so it's like, oh
good.
my god, there's too much
Mhm.
information. These are very valuable. Your friend will like Benna will come up and like take a look at
Mhm.
it. These are from, huh? You've seen them,
Uh,
the hounds.
yes. Yes.
A little too up close and personal for our liking, but yes.
They are from the angles of time, as opposed to the curves that the world exists in. And I can only guess that the reason why they are here is because there are things that are working outside of time. And he's staring very intensely at both of you when he says that.
Yes.
Sure, sure, sure. And lean over to Vero. It's like, this guy's clearly mad. Like, let's just humor him.
Uh,
It's very sad.
Vero sort of will nod his head. I see. That's good to be aware of. Yes. Uh, is this something you study here? Would you like to purchase this? He's like
Hmm.
does not know how to be
Hmm.
like a fence slash barter. Has been given this
Yeah.
item. It's like,
That's so funny. Hold on. That's so funny.
And
Um,
just like pats him on the shoulders, like, keep up the good work, friend. You're doing great.
um,
baby's drying.
yeah, he's really trying, and it's so funny. Halpin will look at this and say, ah, this, this is valuable. And I think the solution to the hounds and the threat, he just kind of mumbles this part to himself, is can be found by synthesizing all of the information found within here.
Well, good luck with that. And Benet's gonna head out of the academy because he's bored now.
And if I think if you're giving him or if you're offering him the crystal, he's going to tell you, are you well actually like are you he'll ask you directly, are you offering this to me? Are you offering me this crystal?
I am giving you first chance of purchase.
Hmm.
Smart kid. Yeah. Don't give anything away for free that you can get cold for.
I can tell you about something that's going to happen and give you an idea of what may help us all, including you. If you will, follow me. And he will show you a door. Like Paxton's like, starting to work on like some of his other stuff, like now that he has like the crystal that you know, you gave him. But
How's lot vibing this guy?
I'm sorry.
What's the lot detector telling me?
The lot detector is telling you like that he's sniffing this guy and just being very very curious about him.
Hmm.
But he's also like, doing that doggy thing of like kind of like tilting his head like he's not
A little
sure what to make
wary.
of him. Yeah.
Hmm.
He's not sure what to make of him because he's not sure what's going on, basically. But he's not barking at him, so that's a good thing.
And so,
Um,
yeah, is this guy trying to go like information for item, or is this just information that he's hoping to use to persuade me to maybe do something else?
Well, he's trying to pay you in a piece of information, but he has to show you something.
Okay.
So,
So, I will give you the opportunity for that if you will maybe identify something else for me.
all right.
So, okay. And Vero will go to follow.
And he
I'll let you
will.
show me a thing if you could show me if I could show you a thing.
Yeah. So what ends up happening? And I don't know, Benna, you're following them, or you're like still kind of wandering around to see what you can pick up. But yeah, like Halpin, and he will introduce himself as Halpin, and Halpin will show you to like a very unobtrusive door. It doesn't even look like it's a door. It looks like it's part of the wall in the academy, and it leads to his laboratory.
Oh, Vero freezes up. This is like
Mm.
probably like the most heretical shit he's ever seen. This like magic
Mhm.
laboratory. And I think he freezes up in the doorway.
I think he's what is wrong?
This is just very outside my my purview, my knowledge, my and his hand will kind of go to the protective amulet though spent around his neck
Mhm.
that beholds the Tanalot's symbol.
Benna, do you think you're down there, like, you've followed and you're down there with them, or you like elsewhere in
I
the
think he's just kind of like hanging out, but maybe he's close enough that he can overhear the conversation or something.
got it. Okay.
He doesn't want to get too far away from Vero because he's just going to get in trouble. But he's also not, he doesn't understand any of this, so
Right.
he's like, let the kid figure it out, so he's just nearby.
Right.
Yeah, I think like been a thought about sneaking off to the market, and it's like, but then by the time I get back, Vero's going to be upside down somewhere, constricted by a crystal snake. So probably better not to get separated.
Right. Well, I mean, like, what you see in the laboratory is that there is a large working of the ritual, of a ritual circle, like in the most of the perimeter of the lab, and then there's a makeshift altar like in a corner, and there's a golden gnomon, which is like the part of the sundial that casts a shadow in a ritual apparatus, and it seems to be crackling with some kind of energy to it. He will tell you that he suspects that there's an artifact from the angles of time, and he's working on an experiment to try to focus some kind of ritual. Um, like he's talking about angles, and he's talking about the curves of time and such and so forth. And the hounds have something to do with all of this. They come out of the angles. We are in the curves. Something is wrong with the two, which is why they are coming through. And it seems to be centered on people that might be out of time, like yourselves.
Um, I I see. And Vero has like a hand kind of in Lot's scruff, almost kind of trying to keep himself up and not let the fear kind of sink into him. He'll reach into his pocket and he will pull out an item from his equipment, which is a scroll tube with a mystery scroll.
Mhm.
Um, this was left with me at when I was left at the temple as an infant. Do you do you know what this is? I've never found someone able to identify.
Yes. Yes. And if you will give this crystal to me, I can help you with this scroll and teach you the ritual that's on it.
Um, don't know if that's and Vero looks kind of like shook because this is like uh, it's a ritual scroll. This is anathema. This is what have you, and
Hey, Ben like pokes his head and it's like, kid, if you're gonna go poke, like poking every creature we come across, having a little extra, magical juju in your pocket is not the worst thing.
if if it was dropped for me with me, then it's meant for me, right? That right, Lot?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course, you were meant to find it. That's how it works.
Lot, and Vero will like look to Lot and be like, my moral compass, this dog, my moral compass. What do I do?
I mean, he doesn't seem to like be bothered by this thing. In fact, like what he'll do is like, as you look at him, he'll look at you and then he'll like lick your face.
He looks me and you look at you. Uh, yeah, okay. I think Vero will stand up and actually stand, kind of fully and say, all right, yes, I shall make the trade, but be careful not to the crystal. The reason I have it here is something was strange when it touched upon my skin. Just be careful.
Oh,
And he'll hand over both the mysterious scroll to be and the crystal.
and then like Halpin will go to some kind of apparatus that he's rigged in his laboratory, and he'll actually seat the hound's eye crystal into this apparatus, and it basically focuses like some sort of effect um, that makes him smile. So I mean, like he seems to be like a little bit happy about it. But he will come back to you and he will teach you what you learn, and what he teaches you is something called the flashback ritual. You do not get a burden increase. You do not get a ruin increase. You just know it. So you can add that. You may have to type it in because it is not. Here we go. It is not a.
While he was distracted teaching this to the kid,
Mhm.
was there any opportunity to maybe pocket anything in this laboratory?
Yes, yes, there is, and I'll tell you exactly what you can get in a minute. But it definitely will incur a risk roll, I'm sure.
Look, you don't always get too many opportunities in life. You have to jump on them when you can. So,
Okay, so I'm posting it in the Zoom chat. Flashback: once per incursion, return a single living treasure hunter to the state they were in before the incursion began.
yeah.
This includes ruin, tokens, conditions, found equipment, learned rituals and skills, gold, equipment, and narrative developments. It may be cast on yourself. So it's kind
Oh
of like
man, returning
resetting
us to be
yourself.
poor,
Yeah, it's
but
resetting
also
yourself,
alive.
but I
Yeah.
mean, but alive, right? I mean, like
Yeah.
closer to alive than lost and shit. So
Mm.
it could be fine. Fine. Okay. And so like as um, you know, Vero's like going over this and like kind of like maybe hesitant, maybe like but okay, willing to learn like flashback and stuff, and helping will show him how to do it. Benah, you're kind of like taking around,
Mm.
around the lab and stuff. You realize that there are some interesting potions on his shelf, and there again, like I said, there is a golden gnomon in the apparatus.
I don't know what that means.
The gnomon is the that thing that sticks out of the sundial that casts the shadow.
Mm.
He has it in this apparatus, but it's gold. You know it's gold. So that conceivably could be stolen and sold. Just saying.
I thought that potions might be easier, but mechanically it might not make a difference. But aren't there like sparks shooting off of the thing in the center?
Yes, there are.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I mean, like if you wanna risk it, I mean
I
you
don't know
can.
how valuable do we think this thing is?
It's gold. I mean, like how
Yeah.
greedy is Benna? I mean,
Yeah.
potions. Yes, there's potions that
Seems like a
could be
greedy boy.
valuable.
I think he's he's greedy, but he's also like practical.
Okay.
And yeah, I think like the potions he thinks would probably be easier to slip into his pack. And
Okay.
there's enough of them that they might be less noticeable. So
Yeah. Yeah, like let's go ahead and make the risk roll to see if
okay.
he notices and all this kind of stuff.
Spontaneity, dexterity, stealth.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. And risky because he could just as easily kick you out. So I mean, it is risky in a way. What do we want to offer as a
But
devil's
probably not
bargain?
risking my body because I'm not
No,
reaching the sparking thing. So
no, 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 no. But what do we think is the what do we thinking we want to offer for a devil's bargain, no matter what? In trying to get these potions.
I think you're gonna spill something on yourself.
mhm.
Um, I think. I think I want to tweak that a little bit. I want to say that you're able to get two potions, but in your not haste, but I mean like in your concentration to try and get both of them, you spill one of them and you're not sure which one is which, right? So,
Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with spillage.
okay. Alrighty. So, two light.
5 light.
Okay. We can deal with that with the complication.
Is
Um,
getting both of them like 2 gold?
I mean, the ones I'm going to give you are going to be useful,
Hmm.
okay?
Okay.
But yeah. So, I mean, you may not want to sell them because it's like they're
Hmm.
useful to you. Like, not sure.
Okay.
So that is up to you. But yes, I mean, they could be worth uh, 2 gold together, right? So
2 potions from the lab.
okay, and your complication is. I'll tell you what the potions are in a minute, but
Hmm.
let's see. What's your complication? I'm trying to figure out how to maneuver this, because again, because the circle ritual is like really wide space, like it's not just a small circle, but it's on the perimeter of the lab, and so does encompass the shelving that you're getting the potions from. I'm just
Hmm.
wondering like how to tweak the effect, because circle is a creature within a ring of salt cannot inflict or suffer violence, but because the island being what it is, it really intensifies rituals.
Hmm.
So how do we want to interpret that to complicate your life?
Like one of my hands can't hurt anything until it wears
Oh,
off. So
yes.
like I'm
Yeah.
down to one hand.
I think you feel it. I think you feel
Hmm.
it like the hand that you're stealing with, right? That's the hand that you feel is like will not be able to hold anything violent, right? Like won't be able to
I'll
hold.
mark that as a condition.
Yeah, won't be able to hold a weapon. Like
Hmm.
you feel like it's the hand of peace.
Hmm. Like, yeah, maybe I reach for one of my daggers and it just won't
Mm-mm.
do it.
Nope, it will not. Yeah, you feel
Got an
like
Evil Dead situation going
yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah. It's like it won't. Just won't. It just won't do it.
Hmm.
So the two potions that you get, one is a potion of energy, so temporarily grants the skill vigorous,
Hmm.
and the other one is a potion of focus, temporarily grants the skill awareness.
Nice.
We can sell those off or use them. So,
Sorry, what was the second one again?
awareness, potion of focus, which grants the skill awareness temporarily.
Okay.
Okay.
But I also spill one on myself.
Yeah. So maybe it's like you're like you've gained something. Oh man. So do you think that you spell the vigorous one or the awareness one? Because the awareness one would actually explain why you know that your hand will now not hold a weapon for a bit.
I think it's that one, and I'm like hyper aware. Like when you take, I don't know, some kind of drug that makes you like pinpoint,
Yeah,
like,
you're hyper
everything
focused.
sounds really loud
Yeah,
and,
you're hyper
mm,
focused. And actually, you know
mm,
what? I think as awareness, like, like
mm,
you're very aware that your hand will not like
mm,
grab anything like of violence or whatever. You're
yeah,
also like, do you think it's your eyes, your hearing, or just your kinetic sense that is like like starting to overload? Like
I mean,
what do you
everything.
mm,
Just gonna take the hyper aware condition,
yeah.
and it's like, I
That's
gotta get out of this room. I'm
Yeah, yeah,
sorry.
yeah. It's just full of like I mean the eldritch energy
Yeah,
crackling thing is like is going
yeah.
off, so you're like freaking out now.
Hmm.
So yeah, I think like with this and with you, Vero, learning like flashback from Halpin, I think that's where we're gonna close out for this
Hmm.
particular session, and then we'll pick it up. I think we'll pick it up for next time. So let's just go right to stars and wishes. So you've got any stars for today? Gameplay, role play each other, or and wishes for next time or for the future? Because again, we're taking this for at least like you know 4 or 5 more episodes and see where we get. But
Yeah, this was really fun. I enjoyed it a lot. I like our characters and the banner that we have together so far. I think we play off each other very well. Like scoundrel and innocent is a good combination in many forms of fiction. I like a lot too, having the dog in between has been a lot of fun to play off of as well. Bennett could care less about all this mystery stuff going on, but Alex is very intrigued about all the things coming from the angles and the, crystal stakes in the fountain and like this shadow dog. I'm
mhm.
like, what is going on? Is it like a time loop? Does it have to do with this comet and stuff? So yeah, I'm very, very interested in this incursion.
Yeah.
Wishes, yeah, more of that in the background so that I can play this doofus who's just, not even aware while he's stealing stuff. And I want to see like the museum and the smugglers market,
Yeah.
like getting a chance to hit up those places too. So
There's a lot of fun places to explore in this
mm,
town. So yeah, please again, you're not going to be picked up for another few days.
mm.
So if you want to take advantage of it, you totally can. So
Ben is
you
basically treating it like a theme park vacation or something.
yeah, so I mean like again, like I was talking about phases. So you completed the phase 1 goal, which is to deliver the package to Paxson. The next phase, I think, is you can uncover who is behind the strange activity on the island, or you can go to a different phase, which is see the sights and enjoy your time on Tindalos. So,
We'll see what happens.
yeah, we'll see what happens. But
Mm,
yeah.
Many an option. I'll go next.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I will second. I like this dynamic, especially. A lot of times I find it can be a bit tough to play in like a two-person game, but this
Mhm.
felt like
Mm,
very smooth and very good back and forth, and it worked very well. So I was very happy with that.
mm,
I
mm,
like them together. I like Lot as this balancing sort of object, as you said, from just like a fun. And I like that again. I've only ever, I can't say I've not played a semi-decent amount of trophy now because I feel like I've been in a handful of games with Mads, but I feel like every time I discover something new about the system, and so like how well that I could just pull from this like little equipment piece and be like, and
mm,
now this is like a central thing, and now we've got all this dog stuff, which I don't know if that was
mm,
in there already or if that was Kismet or if that's just your flavoring, Mads, but that's delightful. Um, it reminds me of something from a Delta Green game forever ago about
mm,
angles and circles and dogs, and I can't remember it off the top of my head. Some kind of eldritch thing. So I'm excited to lean more into that mystery, and I'm curious about it. And I'm just, yes, super, stoked to get this, just in trouble, all the trouble, do the things. My biggest wish is to see what the heck happens if Vero ends up at a smuggler's market. Like that's just
Oh my
wild.
God.
This baby should not be anywhere near a smuggler's
I
market.
mean,
Well,
he's
now you
already
definitely
freaked.
want to see that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's already freaking
Exactly.
out for just being in the arcane and
Yeah.
like
It's
lab and
it's
stuff.
heretical. It's terrible. It's
Oh my
not chicken.
God. Oh,
Yeah.
that poor baby has like the sweet summer child has not been away from home. Like,
Yeah, again, you're like a
Totally.
Mormon in Vegas
He
or
is.
something,
He
you
is.
Oh
know?
Yeah. And I love the flashback. I like the idea that apparently there's some intrinsic tie to whatever this is out of timey stuff that involves my character. You know how to give me what I like, Mads, and kudos stars for that. So just all around delightful, and I'm excited to hopefully get our third player in the next session.
yeah.
Mhm.
Hopefully Gwen is able to join us for next time.
I think there's a lot of areas where, she could be from the academy, right?
Yeah.
She could be just someone coming to see the comet,
Right. Right.
one of
Exactly.
the smugglers. There's ways to bring on a new adventurer.
Exactly. For sure. And so like there's a bunch of things that can happen and
Mhm.
there's a lot of threads in this one, so it's like, oh my God, can I keep them all straight? I'm probably like messing it up like from the beginning, but it doesn't matter. I mean, like, I'm glad that you guys are having fun with this, and we'll just do it as we do it, and I'll incorporate Gwen for next time, like if she's able to start, and we'll just see how far you guys get in terms of like just exploring Tindalos as well as like seeing how far you get in figuring out like what the hell's going on, right? So, I mean, like, yeah, that's always interesting to try and present. So, I mean, like, I love these characters. These characters are so great. I mean, like, between the dog and then Benah just being like, I can't read, but I mean, like, I'm just gonna pick up anything that looks interesting. I mean, it's like
Yeah.
he's such a great guy. And even as he's being terrible, but yeah, there's gonna be some interesting locations if you can find them, and you can get there. And can't wait for you guys to see what's around, and just do more hunt rolls, more risk rolls, and just more trouble because yeah, these there's gonna be more of these hounds, you know. So anyway. Thank you so much for playing at my table, and we'll continue on with the series for next time. So you guys have a wonderful week. Happy gaming to you
Right.
both, and I will see you for the next session. All right. So
Right.
Bye,
thank you.
everybody.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.